Those days when it all just feels a bit much and it just lays heavy on your chest, on your head. You just feel absolutely overwhelmed. There's no other word for it. It's almost like there's 100 million fires to put out and you just don't know where to start. So I'm going to share with you my top tips for how I get out of that and that entrepreneur overwhelm, which we all struggle with from time to time. So stay tuned and let's share some more.
Welcome to the Equine Business Assistant Podcast, helping you build a better business to live life on your terms. With your host, Jenny Bush.
So welcome to the show, and as always, I'm really glad you're here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Now, please do hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any episodes or anything, and do leave me a review because I absolutely love to read them, and it also helps me to get found by other business owners just like you. So I'd really also like it if you could share any questions or any ideas for anything that you'd like me to cover in any of these podcast episodes, because if I know, I can make sure that we've got content coming out that really will serve you. So all you have to do is email me hello@jennybush.com and I will make sure I add it to my list to bring you some awesome podcasts that are just to your needs. Now, I'm sure I'm not alone when it comes to feeling overwhelmed from time to time. And as entrepreneurs, I believe that we often face that overwhelmed feeling, which makes us feel, I think it can make us feel stressed, it can make us feel sick, it has an impact on our bodies, it stops us from just getting on, we can feel a bit stuck. And I think it's partly because we wear an awful lot of hats. And I've spoken about this in my Nail It Mastermind, and also I spoke about it in my course, which is Breaking the New Equestrian Business, where we talk about all the different hats that you have to wear, because there's the worker, there's the one that actually gets down and gets out there and has to do the job. Yeah, which is great. And a lot of people are really good at wearing the worker, especially if we've sort of come through the ranks and we've started from the bottom and we've built our way up. Sometimes that's the most natural hat to wear. So we've got the worker. Then we've got the manager who has to oversee everything, and you have to know what's going on, and you have to be able to move things around and see things. Then you've got the CEO, who's even one more up from the manager, where you need to be able to see the bigger picture. So this is the moment when we need to be able to take off the blinkers and step back and see it all and make sure everything is working as it should be. Then you've got your sales hat, where you have to actually go out and make sure that you're bringing in and converting people into clients, and that you're looking after bringing the money into your business. And then you've got your marketing, and so you've got to be doing the marketing hat. So you make sure that you're out there and you're front of mind, and you're sending your emails, and you're on social media, and you're advertising, and you're doing your PR. And then you've also got like the finance and the account. Do you know what? There's loads of hats. You get the point. And sometimes it's all just a bit much. And the truth is that you could work and never ever stop. There will always be more for you to do. And in addition to all of that stuff, there's all the ideas. There's possibly bringing in new tech to make it simpler, and then there's that confusion that we just have, because often we don't have people who know what they're doing in our lives. So this is where for me, if I didn't have my support of coaches and my network, I'd probably get a little bit stuck. And it's why I feel that it's so important, because we're going to have that confusion, because we are treading paths that we have never trod before, and we are making waves and we are making a way forward. So in order to help us, not only is having that support essential, but I think to get rid of that headache as well, we need to try and work out how we can actually wear those hats. And one of the problems that I see so often when I'm talking through strategy sessions, or I'm talking through coaching calls, or even with my masterminders, is that I see we try to have them all on. We have them all on, and then we sit down to do the work, and we're just like, whoa. So this is where we really revolutionize our overwhelm and we get control of it. Okay, so I want you to just stop for a moment, step back. And if you're really struggling with that pressure in your chest, that headache issues, what I want you to do is go and move, go outside, go ride your bike, go ride your horse, go just take an hour out to just cut it off, get it gone. Okay, and then you're going to come back with fresher eyes, and it's always going to help. So once you've done that, the first thing that you need to do is brain dump. My friend calls this having a brain poo, which is always helpful before bed because it helps you to sleep better. But I just want you to brain dump all of the things that are swimming in your head. Okay. And then I want you to write a little list of all the hats that you need to wear to do your job. So whether it's the worker, whether it's managing stuff, whether it's doing marketing, whether it's doing sales, just write down those on a separate little list, all those little hats. Draw little hats if it helps you as well. Just because why not? It makes it fun. So you've got a list of what you need to do, and you've got a list of all the sort of the blocks that they fit into, all those hat categories. So I then will take my highlighter. I've got like loads of pretty highlighters or different color pens, or you can just do symbols next to each one, and then go down the list and write next to it like the symbol, or highlight it, or write which hat you need to be wearing to do that. And then we're going to do what's commonly known as sort of batching, because then we want to be able to put all those, like, it's why I like using highlighters, because you can kind of see clearly. Put all those into the right spaces. So the next thing I want you to do is take out your business and life planner and actually just block out some time so you know what times that you're going to be working in the week, and then put some time aside for each different hat. Okay, so put some time aside to do your marketing, put some time aside to do your sales, put some time aside to do the actual work that you need to do, and color code it. It's why I love to do the ideal work plan in a color code, because I can see where is my client work, where is my business work, because we have to work on our businesses behind the scenes. So I love to use the color codes, because I will then just sort of highlight the times, and then you're actually going to work on those tasks in those times. Now, one thing that I want you to really make sure, because that list is probably massive, okay? So have a moment to just think, okay, I can't do everything on this list. You can't do everything on this list. Sometimes you'll feel that you have to do everything on the list, but I'm telling you, don't, right? Because it's just going to be too much. So this is where you might want a fresh, clean sheet of paper. And you're just going to write down the top 3 most important tasks for each of those hats this week. Yeah. And that is what you're going to work on. Only those 3, no more than 3, because any more than that is impossible. It's totally ridiculous, and it's really hard, and you just see the big long list, and it's just too much. So go through it and work out what is important. Now, I often work out what's important by my needs of my business. So the needs of a business is, number 1, it needs to be bringing in money. So it needs to have the sales stuff prioritized. It needs to make sure that it's actually delivering on its objectives to clients. So client tasks are always prioritized as well. And then I put in the other stuff. So that's all the nice stuff that I want to be doing. But as long as I'm prioritizing revenue and my work with clients, that is the key thing. So so your revenue tasks might actually be doing some marketing. They might actually be doing some follow-up. It might actually be doing creating that product or that offer, or spending a moment to do that. But just really sort of think about what is the priority, because some of the stuff that we like to do is actually higher on the hierarchy of needs for business, and we need to know about that. So I often refer to this like scales of training, like in scales of training in dressage, you have your rhythm that comes first before anything else. If you haven't got rhythm, there's no point even working on the next step. And it's the same with your business. If you're not getting the sales, there's no point even looking at the next step and making sure that you're bringing in the profits and everything else that you need to. So prioritize those things, work on just 3. Remind yourself you can't multitask. I'm really, really sorry. It's total absolute myth. We don't work well when we're multitasking. You can't do everything on the list. So remember that it's just on the list. It's just a list. It's not actually everything that you're going to have to do it. It's not everything you can do. And then you're going to ask yourselves, do you actually need to do it? Must you do it? Could you delegate it? Could you, like, if it must be done, could somebody else actually do it for you? And maybe if you're still struggling with it, ask yourself, well, actually, what will happen if you don't do that task? Because sometimes we often prioritize tasks that just really, we don't really need to. Like, one of the ones that I used to always do was I used to have my house like clean. I had this religious routine of having to have the house clean, and there was times that I couldn't do it, and I felt so frustrated and overwhelmed because I hadn't done this 2 hours housework cleaning. And then one day I just woke up and thought, do you know what? If I die tomorrow, I'm not going to cry that I should have dusted the house. Okay, so really, stand back, ask what will happen if you don't do it, ditch what you can, scale it right back, stop putting out the fires first. The fires that come in aren't actually going to fix the problem. So only put them out if they really are important. And then they can wait, because everything can wait. The sky is not going to fall. You've got to be in the right place for you. When you're coming from a place of overwhelm and frustration, you are not going to show up in your business in the way that you need to. And that's my little thought for today. So I hope that you've enjoyed this podcast. I would absolutely love it if you would hit subscribe, if you would send me an email, leave me a review. And of course, if this helped you, let me know. And if you'd like to go a little bit deeper, maybe a strategy session where I can hold some space and we can work through what you're going through in your business, a strategy session would be ideal for you. So have a look at my website, which is just jennybush.com. The Equine Business Assistant website does still work. It will take you to Jenny Bush. I only did it because it's a lot easier to spell. And that's Jenny with an I, by the way. Jenni, bush.com. And have a look and see if there's more that can help you. But if you'd like to go deeper and book a strategy session with me, just send me an email, hello@jennibush.com, and I'll get back to you. And for now, breathe, stop it. Don't beat yourself up. We've got you on this. Tomorrow is a new day. The sky's not falling. And have a sunny, awesome day. Sending you lots of love. And I will see you soon. Bye.